beat the best of them. And that was the case against Variance when they won 25-22 in Winners League, and I think it was double overtime there. Maybe even actually triple overtime. Mile, though, gonna get 1, 2, looking for the third, but Joel's is the one who drops 2, and Kohlers gets the last one, 2-0 in favor of Grizzlies. Appreciate the kind words in chat, Smets. As we are going in round number 3. 3 MP9s, a FAMAS, and an AUG for Grizzlies. They're going for the bonus round, and CLG Red are back up on the buy, or on their first buy of this match, I should say. 5 AKs, and a good amount of utility to work with. Emmy is certainly one to watch in this squad, the youngest of the squad at 18. Is Dai going to engage over at long A? Sees a couple of Grizzlies members getting aggressive, and you see Grizzlies trying to impose their will on the match with the aggressive play on CT side. Kohler, already in T-Con, goes up against Benita and does not win that engagement. Mile with the quick trade, though, 4v4. Mile. Around this smoke that was thrown for T-Con, 1:18 on the clock. And Miles now going to go into heaven. I see in the chat, Dutchbag saying it's pronounced Millie. I actually went through and spoke to, I think it was Livid at the time, about his name, and I was confirmed, and Huynh also confirmed it there, that it was Mile. So it is 100%, I'm sure. I did my homework there, I promise. 48 seconds left in the round, still a 4v4. It's okay, Dutchbag. This Jennifer and Emmy go down into Pop Dog. Emmy gonna throw that smoke in towards the A site, and CLG Red getting to get their X-Cube going towards A. Miles still watching patiently from heaven. CLG Red have not cleared it out. There's the bomb down. Miles spots out Dai, and now Mile gonna get sprayed down by Goose Breeder. Tensky going near the smoke thrown at Pop Dog. CLG Red running out of time to get this bomb planted. Now they're going to try and do it. Tensky come around the corner and get the frag, but does not. Jennifer, great job watching the bomb planter and giving them cover. 3v2 now. Joel's and Aaron, the last two standing, both inside of connector. Joel's goes down to Emmy in heaven. Aaron does not look up just yet. Emmy backs off. And now we have a 3v1 for CLG Red, who could be looking at their first round victory here. Aaron going up. Emmy's reloading, a little bit exposed, and Aaron drops her. 1v2. Aaron looking to make it a clutch 1v3. Throws the flashbang over. Jennifer patiently waiting at E-box. Aaron looking for the tap. Tries to stick the defusal. Gets the headshot or the shot over on Jennifer. Looking for the third, but cannot do it. Goose Breeder gets the final frag. And CLG Red just barely hang on there for a first round victory. Just laughing at the chat, guys. Dutchbag. It's okay. I get trolled all the time. It's par for the course for me. But on train so far for CLG Red, I shouldn't say so far because they haven't played it in Season 31. They played it in Season 30. We're 1-0 on it. Defeated Unkind Esports 16-13. But like I said, that 25-22 victory against Variance was right here on train in Winners League. So I counted that one towards their last season. And their round differential is +6, including that Winners League match. For Grizzlies, they're at -26, actually, on train, but like I said, different roster, so those stats might not be that relevant. Joel's going to get the opening frag here. Again, aggressive into the upper B tunnels, and Dai goes down. CLG had their best season in ESEA Advanced in Season 30, as Kohler is going to get the frag on Emmy. It's a second one here for Grizzlies in the round. Aaron finally goes down in response from CLG, but Joel's again there for the 2K. Now the 3K. Goose Breeder goes down. Benita, the last one standing. And she's going to try and walk and do the damage. Joel's very lit. Benita could get him down to the ground, but unfortunately has to go through into connector and finds her doom at the hands of Mile. Joel's with 3K, Mile with 1, and Kohler with 1 in the round, 3-1 in favor of Grizzlies. Man, some fast and furious rounds here, thanks to the aggression from Grizzlies, but trying to get back to a few of my notes here. So in Season 30, like I said, CLG Red had their best season advanced at 8-8. They were 6-10 in Season 29. And 7-9 in their first season, Season 28. So we'll see if they can come out and improve on that once more in Season 31. I do have high hopes for them. I think CLG Red are a team on the cusp of really breaking out, and often they are underestimated. And I think that's largely in part the reason why you can see them come out with some surprising victories in some cases. But Tensky's going to get a double. Kohler gets one. Aaron drops another, and a standard anti-eco here for the Grizzlies. 4-1 in their favor. Let's keep in mind, though, guys, we are on Train, and Train can be extremely CT-sided. We'll see if that's the case right here. It also depends on the matchups. You know, any map depends on the matchups between the two squads. And I think both of these squads are actually pretty decent on Train. So we'll see how it goes down. 4-1 for Grizzlies. 1:45 on the clock in round number 6. Tensky and Aaron going to go out here from Ivy. Flashbang thrown by Aaron, and the pigeons fly away into the sky and enjoy freedom. As Grizzlies are stuck here on the ground, as Dye gets the headshot over on Tensky. Good shot on her end. 5v4 in favor of CLG Red. Still no op coming out for CLG Red. We'll see if that gets in the hands of Dye sooner or later. She was absolutely monstrous in the overtime match against Variance. Mile staring down with his op. And he really wanted to op main this season. That's why he joined Dogs of War, to get that opportunity. But then Grizzlies gave it to him as well, and he figured, why not join them? Jennifer going to get the headshot on Joel. So now a 5v3 in favor of CLG Red, looking for their second round victory here. Spread it across the map still. With that frag coming in towards the B site, it looks like they're going to rotate towards there. Kohler waiting patiently in Pop Dog. B is completely cleared out. So it's a free plant for CLG Red if they head there. Slowly but surely creeping their way into the upper B tunnels. And here comes the XQ for CLG Red. Smoke's going to get thrown in. One for connector, one in between the trains. And a molly came in there as well. Emmy going to pick up that op the ground. You see that smoke between red train and yellow train. Emmy waiting patiently here. Grizzlies don't have the greatest of economies, so a 3-man save isn't out of the question. Aaron waiting right next to Showers and drops Goose Breeder. So it looks like Grizzlies are just going to be happy with some exit frags here. Benita coming out into the crosshairs of Mile, and Mile legs her. Kohler finishes her off. 3v3. But it doesn't really matter in terms of it being 3v3, as CLG Red are going to win the round regardless. Bomb going to explode. 4-2 in favor of Grizzlies. A couple of guns out of the hands of CLG Red, and that, of course, will be costly considering their economy here. But I think Dye, maybe Jennifer as well, will drop the AKs, and they'll help Goose Breeder and Benita get that full buy-up with utility as well. So in the last 3 matches for CLG Red, they lost to Legacy Esports to kick off the season, 16-4 on Inferno. Then against Team Hyper, a loss 16-8 on Nuke, and finally got a win on the board against the Uwu Boys, formerly known as BBC, 16-12 on Nuke. I really do question some of the names people choose to have in advance, but I digress. 1:32 on the clock. Goose Breeder going to get that molly thrown into the A site. Emmy looks at the molly next to her, and will be pushed to the smokes. Drops Kohler with the headshot right after he gets Benita. 4v4. Great trade from CLG. Now their Die is going to try and plant in this smoke, and will be successful. Tensky comes around from Ivy, trying to support. Spots out Emmy under camera and drops her. 4v3. HP advantage and mana advantage in favor of Grizzlies. Momentarily, though, as Jennifer drops Aaron. 3v3. Goose Breeder makes it a 3v2 with the frag on Tensky, and CLG Red doing a good job taking this A site once more. Joel's is still up there, but Jennifer gets another trade in, and we have a 2v1. Mile, the last one standing with the op. Mile spotted out Goose Breeder, is trying to go around the corner and get the frag on her, but Goose Breeder goes on top of the train. Miles still gets it, going around towards E-Box, trying to spot out Jennifer, and does, but no time to defuse the bomb. So despite a valiant effort from Mile, CLG Red win their second round in a row, and they close the gap to 1. So I think, I'm not sure that Frost necessarily deserved the demotion to the 6th man. It's just the fact that Mile is such a seasoned player in ESEA Advanced and so talented, having such a great season. When you get an opportunity to pick up a player like that, it's just a matter of, well, you look at the pieces you have, and sometimes, you have to look at the stats and say, Frost, it hasn't been the best of season start for you, so we're going to put you on the bench and go with Mile. But I don't think that's anything against Frost. He can play on he can play on a starting 5 roster without a doubt in advance, if he wants to switch squads, that is. Joel's going to go down here, opening frag in favor of CLG Red. Actually, second frag, I should say. Die going to get Kohler, and CLG Red looking good here on their B site take. Tensky and Aaron are going to be saving these guns, the AUG and the OP, in their hands, and CLG going to tie things up 4-4, and on T side, 4 rounds is pretty good, and they're trending upwards. CLG Red's coach is Vez, 28 years old, 3 seasons in MDL, 2 in Premier, so a very good coach to have on their side to train them and get them ready to play some of these tough teams. I have noticed, though, CLG Red have struggled against us. Benita's going to drop Tensky trying to save here, and she goes down to 1 HP. Aaron trying to get the trade in, but on great flashbang thrown by Benita. She gets the 2K and prevents Grizzlies from coming into this round with any rifles. That is more important than you might think. Those little plays in Counter-Strike make a big difference, and as a result, Grizzlies have no rifles to defend either site. Gonna have to stick with the pistols. Incredible in the chat says is throwing the table. Incredible. I believe that's Incredible. From Livid Now, formerly of Grizzlies. Incredible left mid-season from Grizzlies to Livid in season 30. Benita waiting patiently for some aggression on Grizzlies' end, and that's going to come in here on their pistol buy-up. They don't have any armor nor utility, so they're going to try and play these close angles with those pistols and get those headshots. Joel's peeking around the corner with the USPS. Only a 5.7 and 2 P250s bought up in the round, along with that Zeus in Joel's hands. CLG Red on a 3-round run, looking to make that 4 and take their first lead of this match. So far this season, Grizzlies have played SOT MG, won that 16-7 on Overpass, and lost to Just Swing 16-9 on Overpass as well. They're going to have 2 train matches in a row. This is their first of those 2. Dying Goose Breeder heading in towards the A site. Benita's already charged up at the bomb train, and Grizzly was stacked up at the B site, so it's a free plant over on A, and now Grizzlies might try to engage and pick up some guns. Not much to save here. I mean, you have $300 in the P250, $500 for the 5.7. So they haven't invested much into the round. You have Joel's who bought the Zeus, of course. That one's not pricey at all. I guess they just want to make sure that they just set up for these exit frags and do what they can to try and get some guns on the ground. But Goose Breeder is having none of that. 3K for her. 2 members still standing for Grizzlies. That's Tensky and Mile. And they're just going to fall back. I mean, Mile could charge into the bomb if he wanted to. He hasn't bought a single thing up into the round. But he waits in CT spawn, perhaps, for an exit frag. Not going to come in. 5-4 in favor of CLG Red. Can I bet on this match, says G Young? I don't think you can, but why would you want to? Just enjoy the match without having any money on the line. Unless you have money to burn and you just want to throw it on a match, by all means. You can find a site that's taking bets for ESE Advanced. Let nothing stop you. 10th round of play. CLG Red have indeed taken their first lead of the match, and there's the op in the hands of Die. Was there in the previous round as well. 4 AKs round out the buy for them, and op and 4 AUGs for Grizzlies. Mile currently sitting at 7 frags, 7 and 2. Pretty strong match so far, as has been the case for his first 3 on Dogs of War. Mile, though, gonna go down to Emmy, who comes out and blows him away with a headshot on the run. Tensky responds immediately with the trade. Aaron drops Goose Breeder. 4v3. Benita, Die, and Jennifer are all in Pop Dog, dropping down. We're thinking about going in towards that A site aggressively, then backed off a little bit, thought better of it, and they want to use these flashbangs they have and the utility before they move in. No sense in peeking dry when you have something to help you out. Aaron going to go down to Benita. That makes it a 3v3, and Benita's going to continue to charge forward. Kohler has a pretty good angle held here against Benita. Here comes the flashbang, though. A good one thrown. Right before it pops, though, Kohler comes around the corner to drop Benita. Tensky Now trying to get Jennifer and Die. Drops Jennifer. Die comes around the corner, and she gets a tough op shot from close range. Goes up the ladder, though, and Kohler is happy to oblige with the final frag of the round. 5-5. Tied up again. 25 cents on Grizzlies. I think you might win 6 cents or something like that if you put that kind of bet. All right, let's stop talking about bets, though. 11th round of play. Same buy-up for CLG Red, 4 AKs and the op. Over on Grizzlies, you have 2 AKs picked up from the previous round, 2 M4A4s, and Tensky with the MP9. Maybe Tensky thinking that CLG's economy was a little worse than it actually was. Or perhaps he just wants to try and build up his economy heading into the latter part of this first half. Tensky sees Benita. Benita fires a few shots away just to suppress him around the corner near green train. Tensky comes around looking at T-Hell. Benita charging towards him. Now stuck between both trains. Tensky's got a beat on her, and Tensky sprays her down with the MP9. 5v4. Emmy, 75 HP now. Right above Pop Dog. She's joined by Jennifer as Goose Breeder gets Mile. 4v4. And Goose Breeder's the lurk, so that's a pretty good frag on her end. And that's at back tunnels. So she's going to attract a little bit of attention, probably from Tensky, who's right under camera. And there's Goose Breeder tapping the head of Aaron. Could get the 3K over on Tensky, who's trying to respond here. Goose Breeder around the corner, and she gets him! Excellent 3K from Goose Breeder to get her team into this round and more. Jennifer drops Joel's going into that B site. Kohler, the last one standing, but Goose Breeder, the story of the round, with only 12 HP left, dropping 2. And now Kohler, with only $150 in the bank, going to try and save. He does drop Goose Breeder, but too little too late, I would say, from Grizzlies' end. And CLG Red, back and forth action over these last 3 rounds. They're going to retake the lead and make it 6-5. Emmy coming around here, looking at long A, which is where Kohler is standing. Could see an engagement here. Emmy around the corner, spots out Kohler. Kohler takes a few shots, but I think he wants to save this AK. He takes another chance anyway, playing with fire there, but does indeed bring the AK into this round. It will probably be the only rifle that Grizzlies have, unless they choose to force up. Oh, I forgot to talk about it. There was a change in the economy, a great one. There's no more loss bonus of 3,400 stacking past 4 rounds. You have a loss bonus of 3,400, and then when you win a round, it goes immediately down to 2,900, regardless of how many rounds you've won in a row. Or lost in a row, excuse me. Which I love. I've wanted that change to come in since they made that crazy change to the loss bonus system. It really forces a more strategic Counter-Strike, which I think everyone prefers. Both spectators and analysts alike. Along with players, of course. Benita staring down into Pop Dog, and CLG Red trying to go on another run here. Making it 2 in a row. Kohler does have that one rifle, and it can be a difference maker in any round. Die. Going to drop Joel's to open things up here. And Tensky standing in a molly, firing away with the deagle, but Benita clears out Kohler. Emmy drops Tensky. Now leaves only Aaron and Miles standing. They do have those deagles. You never know what can happen with those Wandeeks. Mile is firing away over towards the B site, but his angle is not great. He's very far away. Die domes Aaron. Overkill there with the op. And Mile fires away desperately, just trying to connect on something, but it's not going to happen. Die with the anti-eco op frags, and CLG Red now have a 2-round lead, 7-5 in their favor. So last season in for CLG Red, they actually lost 3 times in overtime. So had 2 of those 3 matches in OT gone their way, perhaps they would have even made the playoffs and could have had a run there. But, you know, just want to explain to you guys how close they've been at being highly competitive and advanced. Grizzlies, of course, had an awesome start to last season at 4-0, and then things just kind of slipped away from them, leading to the roster change, of course. Did start the season with the exact same roster that they changed to at the second half of Season 30, but as mentioned earlier on in the cast, Mile has replaced Frost in the starting 5. Double op setup coming in for Grizzlies. Tensky and Mile going to be rocking those. Joels, Kohler, and Aaron have the Augs. CLG Red have 4 AKs in the op. Jennifer waiting for that smoke to come in at E-Box. We'll be peeking around the corner shortly. A molly comes in towards Pop Dog. Kohler's fully blinded, though, by Die. Mile gets the trade in on Goose Breeder after Kohler goes down, but Mile's being closed in by Benita, but Mile gets the frag, but Tensky, I'm saying but too many times. Tensky getting the frag on Die. Emmy drops Mile. Jennifer gets Aaron, and we have a 2v2. Jennifer and Emmy are left standing with 67 HP. And I cannot get the words out, it seems. Joel's frags Jennifer, 2v1, Emmy the last one standing. The bomb is down. I think she should be able to retrieve it. And you have Tensky in Ivy tunnels with the op. Shot fired by Emmy, position given away, but she does grab the bomb and try to go to the B side. Joel's is waiting there. It should be an easy frag for him, and it is. Joel's drops Emmy, and the back and forth action continues 7-6 in favor of CLG Red. Guys, I am really tired. If you can't tell, which I hope you can't, but man, push myself to the limits of my abilities, working full-time and casting as well. And damned if I don't want to cast full-time and just be on CS from the minute I wake up to the minute I go down to bed. One day, hopefully. 14th round of action. Jennifer and Die dropping immediately into Pop Dog, smoke thrown by Grizzlies to block their view. Joel's waiting over at the B ramp, and 2 members of CLG Red are pushed up near it. Pretty much a default setup by CLG Red looking for some opening frags. Mile waiting patiently, has his crosshair set on upper B. Emmy's around the corner, and Emmy with a hell of a frag over on Mile. Gets Joel's as well, opens up everything at the B site, and a smoke thrown as well to block off their advance as they try to get this bomb planted. Aaron around from Red Train. He gets domed by Jennifer, and CLG Red, a dominant performance entering into that B site once more. Tensky and Kohler, the last 2 standing. And they have to seriously think about saving because it will be the final round of action, round number 15, and their economy with a loss bonus of 2,400 coming in won't be great. They need these rifles to have a chance in this next round, or at least improve their odds, because you always have a chance in Counter-Strike. Tensky going in towards long A, as Benita will be joining them shortly. Benita hunting down the frags here. Will get Tensky down to the ground. And Kohler, the last one standing. Benita's been really good at hunting down the frags when Grizzlies have been trying to save. And there's the second one again. Kohler goes down, and no rifles will be carried over into round number 15, the 15th and final round of this first half of action. And Grizzlies, of course, just going to force up whatever they can get. Could get a FAMAS in their hands. Will have to sacrifice the head armor in order to do so, and a lot of utility. So yeah, they are going to favor 2 Deagles, a 5.7, an MP9, and a Scout over on CLG Red. Well, they're locked and loaded. They have plenty of cash, flush with cash, full utility, 4 AKs, and the op. Benita. Is that molly thrown in towards Pop Dog? And CLG Red looking to take it at 9-6 in this first half of action. Grizzlies want to make it 8-7, of course. They have to get a good start to the round, and that's what they needed. Aaron dropping Emmy. Jennifer responds immediately over on Aaron, though, and Grizzlies kind of pinched in towards Green Train now, but Kohler still makes it work. Jennifer tries to get the trade, but Kohler with the Deagle gets the 3-piece. Die is the last one standing in a 1v4, but Kohler has done the job here, and Joels wraps it up for his squad. Kohler, hello. Makes it work with the Deagle, and what did I say? It doesn't matter what you have in your hands in Counter-Strike. If you can hit your shots with any of these pistols, you can make it work. And Grizzlies showed why. 8-7 in favor of CLG Red at the half, as close as it can get. We're heading into the second half of action, guys. But I do hope you're enjoying the cast so far. If you are, would appreciate a follow at JRTTV with 2 E's at the end in the top. That's in the top left-hand corner of your screen. And of course, just pound on that follow button here. I will be giving a shout out to all of my new followers once this match concludes, assuming I get some, which would be nice. In the chat, thank you for the kind words, Rome Twin. As always, good to see you again, man. What side has an advantage in this map, says Aparia? CT 100% Aparia. So the fact that CLG Red were able to take 7 rounds on T side is extremely promising for them. Excuse me, 8 rounds. They won T side. Grizzlies going to have to match them round for round in order to get back into this one. Die down to 32 HP as Grizzlies do get a good execute going onto the B site to get this bomb planted, but Goose Breeder domes Aaron. And CLG Red going to go for the full-on retake. Mile drops die, evens it out at 4v4, and Tensky's just flying back and forth around this corner, re-peeking it to try and get that headshot on Emmy. Kohler, though, gets Jennifer. Mile drops Goose Breeder. Joels gets the headshot over on Benita, and Emmy is the last one standing to try and get this defusal. She's only has 8 HP, and Mile will not make a mistake with that Glock. 8-8 tied up, and Grizzlies get off to a good start on their T side. Checking out that scoreboard, which we haven't done yet. Kohler has 13 frags, Joel's 13 as well, and Mile at 12. So the three that you'd probably expect to be at the top are there. Tensky a little lower than usual at 8 and 10, and Aaron at 7 and 13. Tensky and Aaron actually both came from the same ESEA main squad in Season 30, from Exica. Aaron came, I believe, a match after Tensky, though. But still, Joel's going to open things up here on the anti-eco, getting Benita. Kohler takes the AK out, gets Goose Breeder down to the ground. Joel's finding Emmy. Kohler gets die. Nothing too troubling here for Grizzlies, aside from Jennifer getting the shot on Tensky, who has to be mad, or a little frustrated. He went down there. He was jumping through, and the scout did him in. But regardless, Grizzlies are back in the lead, 9-8 in their favor. Apparently, I haven't seen Grizzlies lose one pistol round in the past 4 minutes. Don't see how CLG could win this. Sorry, I'm like peeking around my desk because my monitor's for some reason behind the corner of it. But yeah, Grizzlies winning that one pistol round over the last 4 minutes. Indeed, improves their odds of coming out with the victory. 1:35 on the clock here. Round number 3 of the second half. And leads have changed hands, I think, 3 times so far. Die. Coming out in the back tunnels now. CLG Red have 4 members over on the A site, 1 at B, and that's Benita. Emmy's off to a bit of a slow start here at the beginning of this season. 40 frags, minus 11 plus minus differential, and a KDR of 0.78, but she certainly got the potential to drop those bombs. Last season, 322 frags, plus 33 kill to death, and 21.5 frags per match as Kohler opens things up on Benita. Aaron drops Jennifer, and the anti-eco gang going again, as you would expect. Aaron almost goes down to Die's USPS, but then recovers. Goose Breeder finishes him off, and I think an AK saved in this round would be mission accomplished for CLG. They bought pretty much nothing except for the P250 that you see in Emmy's hands. And Goose Breeder is hightailing it over towards Long A to make sure this AK does not go to waste. Emmy, here's the footsteps coming in through connector. Just gonna try and do as much damage as she can. Cannot finish Mile off, though. He survives with 9 HP. And Goose Breeder now gonna try and hang on for dear life. Mile hasn't committed towards Ivy Hall yet, and I think Grizzlies are going to take their time and wait to push out here. Joels is going to check out what's going on inside of T-spawn, but no one is there, and he will not have enough time to peek around that corner at Long A to spot out Goose Breeder. Grizzlies take a 2-round lead now, 10-8 in their favor, and are the first team to hit double-digit round victory territory. So far this season, it's been Goose Breeder the top frag for her squad. 52 frags coming into this match, 0.95 KDR, and 17.3 frags per match. She's also the leader in terms of career KDR and ADR at 1.10 and 83.5, respectively. I think if Goose Breeder and Emmy are both fragging out at the same time, it's going to be tough for any opponent to go up against them. And now CLG Red are back up on their bye. 4 AUGs and the AK carried over from the previous round. Grizzlies have 2 AKs, the MP9, a Galil, and Mile get that off. Joel's going to throw that molly in towards Pop Dog, waiting to throw the smoke right after this. And that's going to be dedicated towards A. Hey, Guimau, how's it going? Guimont from Livid. And he's a big fan of Livid. Of course, CLG Red and Grizzlies. Joel's going to walk through the molly and die frags him. Not sure what Joel's was thinking there, but he couldn't get through it. Tansky frags Goose Breeder, and then Benita responds immediately over on Kohler. Aaron trying to make up for that molly frag. He gets one. Mile gets a second. Aaron falls, but it's a 2v2. Make it a 2v1. Now a 1v1, but Jennifer gets the final frag. Crazy action to cap off that round, but it is indeed a 9th round victory for CLG Red, and Joel's going to have to look back on that one and think maybe if I just would have waited a little bit longer for that molly to dissipate, would not have gone down to it. But CLG Red have again cut the lead down to 1. Die. Coming out here for her squad. 2 members stacked up here over at Ivy Halls. A 1 on the bomb train. That's Goose Breeder trying to spam away through that common wall bang in towards the upper B tunnels. And you have Benita creeping up at Pop Dog. Only 1 at B, and it's quite common on train to have only a B anchor, and that's it, because it's so easy to rotate around from Z once that B anchor, as you saw there, spots out some movement in upper B. Jennifer throws the molly to try and hold them back, and then falls back herself. Good positioning for her, and she gets a frag as a result. 5v4. Grizzlies, bomb drop. They're going to have to try and retrieve it, and they do. Joel's drops Jennifer. 5v4, and what is happening right now? Joel's gets 2. Tansky burns Aaron alive, his teammate, in that molly, and then Tansky gets Benita. Die almost finds Tansky, but Tansky's dropping bombs now. Emmy is the last one standing in a 1v2. That was some classic CSGO madness, though. Emmy trying to engage with Joel's, but Joel's gets the 3-piece in what I would call one of the most unorthodox rounds I've seen so far in Season 31, but Grizzlies make it work. 11-9 in their favor. 21st round of play. Almost everyone on CLG have hit 10 frags except for Emmy at 9. On Grizzlies, well, they all have 10. 10 plus. You have 10 for Aaron, 16 for Kohler, 15 for Mile, 12 for Tansky, and 19 for Joel's. And it's good to see Joel's fragging out for once, as Tansky is going to get die. Here comes CLG Red trying to find those pistol frags, and they do. Emmy and Jennifer drop 2, but it might be for naught, as Emmy's now the last one standing. 3v1. They are forcing Grizzlies to buy up 2 more rifles in the next round, but Aaron ends it with the frag over on Emmy. 12-9 for Grizzlies. So like I was saying for Joel's, I wasn't trying to be mean there in terms of Joel's fragging out. What I was trying to get to was a point that Joel's, I'm going to get my notes here from that season, but Joel's in season 29 had 341 frags plus 73 kill to deaths, 21.3 frags per match, and a KDR of 1.27, along with an ADR of 88.1. Since then, he hasn't been able to find his rhythm, but if he can do that this season, it'll be excellent news for Grizzlies, who have already picked up a strong fragger in Mile. And you have Kohler, everyone on the Grizzlies squad right now, especially Kohler, Joel's, and Mile, the veterans of Advanced, can certainly get things going at the right times. Die. Staring down into smoke here. As CLG Red trying to find their 10th round victory and get back into this one. They don't want to let things slip away, but they are at the full loss bonus. Tansky going to drop the opening frag over on Benita, and Miles spots out Emmy, getting a little too greedy in her peak and punishing her for it. 5v3. Kohler drops down and headshots Goose Breeder. That is a very quick play from him, following up the flashbang as Aaron gets the tap on the head of Jennifer, leaving only Die standing. So Grizzlies executing pretty much to perfection, aside from that one there, as Die gets Tansky, but still a 1v4. Not going to be easy for Die, with only 36 HP and the op in hand. I don't even think she really wants to engage here, considering the economy and how much they're down by. She is going to drop a second one over on Kohler, and every frag counts here, as you can see, Tansky and Kohler are below the 1K mark in terms of economy. Die. Waiting in CT spawn. I laugh because I'm going to comment on something in chat after this round concludes. Mile. I think he might know Die is around the corner here. He is just waiting with his ops scoped in And now he's creeping around, checking the angle. Indeed, spots out Die, gets a second frag of the round. It is 13-9 for Grizzlies. Now in chat, Aperia is saying CT is the better side. Okay. Like I said, it depends on the matchups, and sometimes things can be inverted. And in this case, it is indeed that is happening. Grizzlies coming into this T side. They've won, what is it, 6 rounds now on their T side versus only 1 on CT side for CLG Red. CLG Red likely calling the match pause to try and cool things down. The match is far from over, but this one is going to be a critical buy-up for them. They have to decide what they're going to go for, whether they force up or go for the pistols. I think the pistol buy-up is the best one, and that's what they're going to do. They have the loss bonus of 3,400 coming in for the next round, and just try and do as much damage with the pistols here. Get Grizzlies to use up more of their economy in the following round, and that's probably the best case scenario for them, aside from actually winning the round. Match still going to be paused here. Checking in the chat. Lots of Grizzlies fans in here. CLG Red trying to get their second victory on the season to make their record 2-2, while Grizzlies try to move to 3-1. That said, they are technically 1-1 this season, as one of those wins was a forfeit win, the second match. But still, it does count that as a W for them. Emmy going to get the opening frag on Kohler with the deagle. Benita gets a second. Come on, auto director. Aaron is down. Goose Breeder gets a third. There we go. Tensky is her victim. And again, the Deagles doing the work on CT side. And Mile, I think through 2 walls or something, goes down to only 96 after getting headshotted from that deagle. Joel's drops Benita. Still a chance here for him to do it, but he goes down to Die's P250, and the pistols hard at work for CLG Red. Mile, the last one standing, does have the bomb and wisely picks up the AK, which will be much more effective against these pistols. Mile, going to drop Die. One v2. Greatly increases his odds in the round. Jennifer comes around the corner, misses a few shots, but connects on 2 to get Mile down to the ground. CLG Red with a surprising round victory, and definitely one they needed here on their CT side to make it 13-10. You really flipped the momentum in your favor with that round victory, considering the economy of Grizzlies isn't exactly perfect. They should have enough to buy up decently, but one of those guns won't be a rifle, and that's Tensky with the MAC-10. 3 AKs and the AWP round out their buy. Over on CLG Red, you have 2 AKs, an AUG, an AWP, and the M4A4. A second round victory in a row for CLG Red here could mean that we'll be headed to a 13-13 tie, considering where the economy's at for Grizzlies, assuming they don't come out with an awesome pistol execute of their own. Mile. Coming around here. Going for the AWP wall bangs. Anyone that might be playing up close here, but CLG Red wisely, 2 of them on top of the bomb trains, holding that angle in T-Con. Goose Breeder waiting patiently with the AK, and now drops down off a blue train. And goes to Olaf. Aaron, Joels, and Kohler in upper B tunnels as Benita primes that flashbang and throws it in towards T-Con. 51 seconds left in the round. No frags on the board just yet. Grizzlies likely waiting till the 30-second mark to get their execute going here. Here they come, actually, at 40 seconds. Mile is going to get the opening frag from Goose Breeder. Kohler domes Jennifer. Now we're down to a 5v3, and that's picture perfect for Grizzlies here going into B. Bomb going to get planted. Benita, Die, and Emmy coming in on the retake. Kohler tries to get another one, but can't. Aaron with a critical trade. Benita and Emmy, the last 2 standing. Benita trying to work off that frag from Emmy, but now she's the last one standing. Taps away at the heads of Boltensky, and Aaron now down to 24 HP and charging in towards that bomb. Joel's in a 1v1. The AK, but no utility to work with, and does it anyway. Creeps up from behind on Benita and gets the headshot. Joel's secures a 14th round victory for Grizzlies, 14-10 in their favor. But CLG Red making that one much closer than perhaps it had to be for the Grizzlies, thanks to Bonita, who did great work with that M4A4. You don't often see the tap gameplay coming in the current meta of Counter-Strike, but it can still work. Often it's more about that spray control and spray transfer. Kohler going to get that flashbang thrown into the upper B tunnels, then a molly as well, and there's a couple of wall bangs connecting for CLG Red through up into the upper B tunnels. Kohler with the AK out, 1:25 on the clock. Grizzlies looking for that 15th round victory. CLG Red are forcing up, and I think that's the right choice, of course. You have a scout, MP9, 2 M4A4s, and the op. Die does connect over on Mile with the scout, getting him down to 30 HP. Surprised to see Jennifer instead of Die rocking that op, but maybe they're trying to switch it up. As Jennifer from Z is looking down at the B ramp. Here come Grizzlies now at the 50-second mark. Kohler gets the headshot on Bonita. Die trades it back with the scout shot at Joel's body, and she's still standing for a second on Kohler. Tansky comes around the corner to the rescue to drop Emmy and Die, but still, CLG Red in this round, well, perhaps not for long. Jennifer going to go down to Miles Op, leaving only Goosebreeder standing in the 1v2. Goosebreeder now on the bomb train, a flashbang in hand, could try to stick the defusal and throw the flash, but fakes it to draw some attention out. Tansky gives away his position with that flashbang thrown. Goosebreeder around the corner gets him down to 8 HP. That's Mile actually down to 8 HP. Now at E-Box, Goosebreeder fakes it again, flicks up to the head of Tensky, and oh goodness, Goosebreeder almost made it happen. Just 1 millisecond longer. If Mile hadn't gotten that shot, he could have been dead to rights. But Grizzlies do make it happen. 15-10 in their favor, and this match has been close in pretty much every single round. Grizzlies have 5 match points now, and likely CLG Red calling another timeout to talk things over in what could be the last round of play for them in their 4th match of the season. Checking out that scoreboard, Joel's at 25 frags, 3 members of Grizzlies dropping 20 bombs. And it's the veterans. Joel's 25, as mentioned, Mile 21, and Kohler at 20. Here we go. 26th round of play. Gee, hung in the chat. 5-man B rush, no stop. Yes. That is how you win at high levels of Counter-Strike. No doubt about it. Joel's going to walk in here. They don't even care about that molly, and I think that's the right choice. Jennifer wasn't expecting the full-on rush through it. Bonita responds, though, with the frag over on Joel's 4v4, and Aaron's down to 5 HP. Big opportunity for CLG Red here. HP advantage momentarily. Kohler takes down Emmy. Aaron drops Bonita. We have a 4v2. It's up to Die and Goosebreeder. Goosebreeder gets the headshot over on Tensky. Aaron drops her. Die the last one. Standing on a critical 2K coming in. Kohler and Aaron go down. And again, all up to Mile in the 1v1. And oh no, Die pulls out the knife at the wrong time. Mile gets the final frag. And Grizzlies have secured their 3rd victory on the season. They win this one 16-10